Hey guys, Joe here this afternoon with Chris Meaney, host of Mean Streets and Dangle Celly. Chris, how's it going today?
Hey Joe, happy Friday. Thanks for having me. You got NBA Finals tonight and NHL Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow, so it should be a pretty good weekend.
Absolutely. Happy Friday to you, Chris. It's amazing how quick this week has gone. We've had so many games play out over the week. Any games that have stuck out in your head?
Well, I guess just most recently last night. I'm an Angels fan, so things have been pretty rocky for the week. They finally, picked up their first win in what feels like a couple of months. So it's been like some bad highlights that stick with me. Shohei Ohtani single-handedly did it yesterday with a great pitching performance and a home run. But yeah, last night's hockey game does kind of linger with me a little bit. It felt like it was a little slow moving in the first two periods. It's been a very different series. Of course, the Colorado one was done so early, but last night in the third, they were kind of trading chances a little bit. Both goalies were standing on their head, and then Ryan Strome had that empty net just all there with this, like, almost the puck on his stick, and he couldn't find a way to get it home, and then Palat scores late. But so that's kind of one that sticks with me, and I wish that I wish we would have seen a little bit more overtime, Joe, in these Stanley Cup playoffs, and even in the NBA. Like, there hasn't been a lot of tight games. Hopefully, we can get a nice finish to the playoffs here.
Yeah, definitely looking for that as well. Talking about that game last night, Chris, we saw the New York Rangers give it their all. Tampa getting that one goal and then leading to an empty netter in the second goal there, winning that 3-1. I went into last night's game going, the Rangers have to win this or they're completely done. Are the Rangers done? Is there any way they can pick up a win in Tampa?
I think they're done. Yeah, I really do. I think they just had their chance. They're up 2-0 in the series, and in a pretty good spot in Game Three. I believe they had a lead at one point in that game as well. And just I know some guys are playing hurt. Everybody's playing hurt, and it sounds
Yes.
like Braden Point could return soon. But on the Tampa side of things, you had Hedel and Ryan Strome's game time decisions. Vasilevsky is just so strong, right? I mean, Igor Shesterkin's great, and he's been carrying them this far, but Vasilevsky can match that. And Joe, we chatted before, I believe, at the start of the series, and I was worried about the Rangers from a 5-5 standpoint, and just some of the numbers too from natural stat trick. 5-5, the shot attempts, they got 56 more, 135 shots for, 116 against. They own 60% of the expected goals at 5-5. They have 43 more scoring chances, nearly 60% of the scoring chances they own. And the high danger chances is what's key here, because last night was fairly even in terms of shots and shot attempts, but it's the quality of shot attempts and where are they coming from. The last three games, high danger chances, shot attempts inside the slot where a majority of the goals happen. 14-5 in favor of Tampa, 14-6 in favor of Tampa, and then last night 13-5 in favor of Tampa. Over double the shot attempts for the Lightning, or the high danger chances rather, for the Lightning over the last three games. So it's tough for New York to really generate a lot of offense, at least just to match Tampa. What you saw as well at the start, their special teams has been so good, and that's kind of how they were getting those goals early. And now Tampa's been a little bit disciplined, so I just got to go with the better team, 5-5, and they've been really good on home ice. I think they only have like maybe one loss, two losses on home ice, and it was
Yeah,
early in the
absolutely.
playoffs.
Yeah, it's really hard to think Tampa will not close it out in the next game. So let's kind of put the scenario forward that Tampa moves on because we're more likely going to see that at this point. What do you think are their chances of beating the Colorado Avalanche? We know they probably, in my opinion at least, have the better goaltending in this matchup,
Mhm.
but can Colorado's defense hold off those shots on goal and win the Stanley Cup?
I think they could. Yeah, I do believe they're going to be favored. I mean, they've been favored to win the cup, the past couple of days. Tampa heading into last night was plus 500. So if you wanted to get on board, you had to get on board then. I think, they will be favorites, slight favorites if they play Tampa. They'll have home ice. Kale McCarr and Devon Taves have been absolutely unbelievable. I think I saw a stat from my guy Dmitry Filipovich on Twitter of just Kale McCarr and Devon Taves this season together, the record of the team. I think 6 losses in regulation. We're looking at nearly 80 games or just over 80 games. It's a crazy 1-2 punch. They did a really good job against McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. They were on the ice all the time. They're going to be on the ice all the time against Tampa's top line as well. But it's the experience factor. It's learn how to lose
Yep.
before you learn how to win. Tampa went through that as well, got swept by the Blue Jackets, and here they are. and then Colorado finally getting over the hump of the second round. They have a lot of offense. They can come at you in waves. But if there's anybody, the toughest challenge, I think we all knew the toughest challenge for Colorado would be Tampa, the experience that
Absolutely.
they have. It's I think it'll be a really, really entertaining series. Lots of goals, lots of offense, even with a guy like Vasilevsky between the pipes. I think if it's one question for Colorado, it is their goaltending. So I think we'll see some offense. Right now, I don't know. I'd say it's a 7-game series. I think it would go the distance, and I'd give Colorado the edge, the slight edge.
I definitely hope it goes the distance because I am not ready for hockey to be finished.
Me neither.
In this matchup. I really want the Avs to win. Who do you want to win first, Chris? And then who do you think will win it?
I want the Avs to. Nathan McKinnon is just up the road from me. Cole Harbor and Sidney Crosby brought the cup there a couple of years ago. I would like to see Colorado. It's really impressive what Tampa Bay is doing. It's almost like, if you just take away being a fan, for somebody who roots for the Canadians last year, they broke my heart. They won, and you just knew that they were going to win. And it's like Tampa again. Even if you're a fan of hockey, it's almost like Tom Brady. Like, we don't need to get too carried away, but at one point you need to respect it. All those years that the Pats just kept winning, it's like again Tom Brady again. But you just have to respect what they're doing in these playoff runs. Short playoff seasons with the bubble and playoffs extended, and now no Braden Point throughout this run, and Vasilevsky's been very impressive. I am kind of sick of seeing them win. I do respect what they're doing. Give me Colorado. Let's see Colorado. I used to love Waugh when I was younger. They had so many really good teams in the mid-90s, and Sakic and Forsberg and Hayduk and Tanguay. Rob Blake, so many. The Ray Bourque story. I'd like to see Colorado have another Stanley Cup, and they got a lot of likable players on their squad as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They do. What do you think of the amount of rest they have off in this one? Do you think it's going to work to their advantage or disadvantage?
I think it will work to their advantage. What are they, 12-2? I joked on Twitter that they would have more, days off between series than actually games played. It's possible. I think they had 8 or 9 after the Nashville series, and they were just fine against the Blues.
Yep.
And now they're going to have, 8 or 9 at least again. I think if the Lightning take care of business tomorrow, the finals would start on the 15th. I think if the Rangers won, it would start on the 18th, so they'd have even more days off. I think it would be good for a guy like Nazem Kadri. I don't know if he can come back from the thumb surgery. Some people in Colorado would tell you that he's definitely going to play at some point in that series. I know Petrie tried to play with a dislocated thumb. He didn't have surgery. It was very difficult. I don't know how he's going to be able to grip the stick, but the legs are going to be working. I'm sure he'll throw his body around, maybe just get a few minutes here and there. I think it would benefit a guy like him. And I'm sure everybody else has secret injuries that you don't hear about. I know Kemper was the backup for game 4 against the Oilers. I'm sure he'll be ready to go. I think they'll be fine. They're young enough. They got so much adrenaline and they play with a ton of speed. I think they'll be okay. I think the teams that are playing now could actually use a little bit of rest.
Oh, most definitely. And I'd love to see Kadri be able to play in at least one of these games because it's got to hurt, coming there, getting all the way and not being able to play in these games. So let's swing it to NBA. We've got a great game on the board tonight. Boston laying 4 points. Chris, can they get another win here at home, or are you looking at the zigzag effect in this one?
I am kind of looking at the zigzag effect. Yeah, I definitely think that the Celtics could get the win at home. -4 home favorites have been really good. I think they've been the better team. I don't want to say that. I guess it's been pretty even. It's just been runs. We haven't seen any close games. The Celtics had the strong fourth quarter and second half in game 1, and then they kind of, fell asleep in the third quarter of games 2 and game 3. But I thought they were really in control for most of game 3. But the Warriors are 5-0 after a loss. I know Steph is not 100%, but, he's just playing really good. When the Warriors won their NBA championships, they got help elsewhere. It was Iggy who had the NBA Finals MVP, and then KD joined the team. He was NBA Finals MVP. Steph is playing like he wants one, and he's been playing pretty good. So I like the Warriors. I'm fine taking them on the money line, but you can get them at +4 here tonight. I think that they'll find a way to win a game, get contributions from elsewhere. I think the biggest thing for me in game 3 and especially with the Warriors, they can take away from it was Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was pretty cold in the first 2 games of the series. He had a breakout performance in game 3. He was 7 for 17 from the floor, 5 for 13 from beyond the arc, 25 points after only 11 and 15 in games 1 and 2. Joe, he went to the free throw line 0 times in game 1, only twice in game 2, but 6 times in game 3. He was more aggressive. He was attacking the rim and his shot was falling. I like the Splash Brothers tonight to hit both of their 3-point props. 3.5 for Clay at plus money. I think he goes over 19.5 points as well. But my favorite is Steph over 4.5 threes. It's a lot. This was plus money in game 3. It's not right now. I think it's minus 120 perhaps, but 6 for 11, 5 for 12, and 7 for 14. He's had 5+ threes in 5 of his last 7. He's averaging 12 shots from beyond the arc. So Joe, a guy that in Steph, as good as a shooter he is, if you're going to tell me he's going to take 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, I think he's going to hit 5 of them. I think he's fine health-wise. And he just gets into a little bit of a groove. He starts, heat checking, right? It's like NBA Jam. If he hits a couple, he's going to take a couple more. So give me the Splash Brothers and give me the Warriors tonight.
Okay, I like it. It would be interesting to see how Steph does come out. I know there's so many question marks around, is he as healthy as they're saying, or was it kind of working to their advantage that maybe Steph Curry wasn't healthy? So it'll be a great game tonight. Anything that you're looking at in the MLB today, Chris?
Yeah, on the way out, I'll give some love to the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. Let's start with the Red Sox. Over 4.5 runs is plus money. I know that they haven't had a lot of runs. Like 3 of their last 4 haven't been ideal for them, but they're going up against Marco Gonzalez, who's a contact pitcher. 85% contact rate is one of the highest in baseball. He's allowed 11 home runs and 11 starts, at least a bomb in each of his last 3 outings. And, he's walking almost as many guys as he's striking out. So the Red Sox, I think, will be able to put some contact, bat to the ball with the 85% contact rate. I think it'll certainly be in play. And they have a lot of guys who hit southpaws really well. They're top 3 in average, top 8 in WOBA, WRC+, OPS. So I'm looking at JD Martinez, maybe over 1.5 total bases. Trevor Story in around there, 1.5 total bases. But you can get their team applied total over 4.5 runs at plus 100. Another thing for Gonzalez, he's like a 53% fly ball rate. So he's given up a lot of contact and a lot of bombs. It's not the best pitcher park, but I do believe that JD and Story, typically those guys hit lefties pretty well. And then the Jays, a high team implied total here at 5.5, Joe. It's slightly high, but it's still plus money, plus 105. Another contact pitcher, Elvin Rodriguez for Detroit. 20 hits allowed in 16 innings, 18 earned runs in 16 innings, an 83% contact rate and a 52% fly ball rate. He allowed 10 earned runs and 4 homers in his last outing and 11 hits. The Jays got guys that can hit righties, Vlad, Springer, Bo. These guys are really good against right-handed pitching. So I know it's a lot of runs, but I like the over 5.5 there for the Bluebirds.
Yeah, I love it there, especially we look at Rodriguez. He doesn't go very deep into these games either. And the Blue Jays just so strong offensively. They're going to hit nicely off of him. I think they're in for a fantastic bounce back game after losing that last one to KC. Just doing me dirty there. They should have got the sweep in that series.
Yeah, they really should have. Barrios is starting to come around, so hopefully he has a good outing for Toronto. But I do believe the Bats will have a pretty good opportunity against a guy who doesn't really get a lot of swing and miss. And to your point, may not last too long in the game. And then, you're getting some long relievers in there. So I think the Jays will be all right tonight.
Absolutely. So do I. Well, Chris, can you let everyone know where to follow you and what you have going on your shows next week?
Yeah, at Chris Meaney on the Twitter machine. All my content's over at ftnbets.com, FTN Fantasy, and ftndaily.com. We have free pick trackers over there. A shout out to Prize Picks. They actually have a special tonight where Jason Tatum over 0.5 points. Of course, he's going to get 1 point, and then you can match it up with maybe a baseball prop or a Steph Curry 3 or anything that you like from tonight's game. So we have some picks over at ftndaily.com. Mean Streets is a show where you joined me. We talk a little bit about everything in the sports world. We're talking NFL previews right now. I hope to have you again soon. It's Monday to Friday, live from our FTN Network YouTube page at 12 Eastern, on Game Plus Network at 3 Eastern. I tweeted out at Chris Meaney. And then Dangle, Celly. We're kind of winding down. I'm so sad. NHL Tuesdays and Thursdays with Eric Young. He's an absolute GOAT. He's so nice, a big hockey psycho as well. And I think we confirmed kind of before we got on, we have you on and all the other great guests that we've had throughout the season to have one little big powwow, give Stanley Cup predictions and all that. So look for that on Tuesday and Thursday next week.
Yeah, you guys make sure you go follow all of Chris's shows. He does an excellent job. You and Eric, I love what you guys do as well. So Chris, it's an absolute pleasure having you here today. You guys make sure you go follow everything Chris has going on. Thank you and all the best in all of your bets.
Yeah, thank you. You as well. And to all your viewers, have a great weekend.
Thank you.